Have you ever had your brain numb out, freeze, disappear inside yourself so the pain just can't find you? Have you ever had a moment when you realized you weren't really living? You were just getting through it? Not sad, not angry, not even hopeful, just numb. Like you were watching your own life from somewhere outside of yourself. A lot of people don't know this, but that numbness is survival. And for so many of us, including Annie, it was the only way to stay alive long enough to break free. This is Annie's story, and I'm telling it for her. Annie didn't start off numb. She started out alive, soft-hearted, funny, quick to laugh, even quick to cry, fully present in the world around her. But living with the man who punished her feelings, one cutting remark at a time, it rewired something so deep inside her. Every emotion became dangerous. Her joy got mocked, sadness got dismissed, fear got twisted into weakness. Her voice became something she had to hide. So her brain did the only thing it knew how to: shut the lights off. She didn't know the word disassociation back then. All she knew was that she was drifting through the days like a ghost in her own life. She stopped singing in the kitchen. She stopped telling stories. She stopped looking at herself in the mirror because she didn't recognize the girl staring back at her. It wasn't depression. It wasn't indifference. It was her brain's last-ditch effort to protect her from the constant emotional blows that she just couldn't escape. And then came the night of the car accident. One moment she was gripping the passenger's door. Santino was yelling beside her, as he always did when he lost control. The next moment, headlights exploded across the windshield, metal twisted, glass shattered. Her body jolted forward in a way she would just always remember. And for the first time in years, she actually felt something, and it wasn't numbness, and it wasn't fog. It wasn't that far away float she was so used to. She felt fear in a different way. It was sharp, pulsating, undeniable fear. But under that fear was something even more powerful, a spark of what she wanted to live. In the weeks that followed, Annie noticed something awakening inside of her, kind of a curiosity, a faint self of her real self, a whisper that said, "This can't be my whole life." And that whisper became the first step in her final escape. Trauma researchers will tell you sometimes it's a shock to the nervous system, a physical danger maybe, a new threat, a moment where you could have died that finally breaks the freeze. It snaps the brain out of a numbness into awareness. For Annie, that car accident was the moment her survival instinct woke back up. Let's talk about this for a minute, because numbness is one of the least understood trauma symptoms and one of the most common. When you live with chronic emotional harm, the brain actually goes into a freeze mode. It's not fight, it's not flight, it's shutdown. It's a protective dimming of the light, so to speak, because you stop feeling things the way you used to. Your reactions slow down. Your identity starts to get blurry. You lose connection to your inner world because your inner world is too unsafe to enter. It's not a personality flaw, and it's not weakness, and it's not being checked out. It's biology. It's the brain stepping in to protect you from the impact of constant stress, fear, and unpredictability. And here's the heartbreaking part. When you're numb long enough, you stop recognizing yourself. You forget what you like, what you want, what you deserve. And that identity loss is one of the reasons so many people stay. Because when you're hollow inside, you don't have much left to fight with. But the freeze doesn't last forever. Sometimes, like Annie, a sudden moment jolts you awake. A threat, an accident, a new fear, a moment you think, I could die like this. Other times, it's quieter, a sentence you weren't supposed to hear, a look in your child's eyes, a moment of kindness from someone unexpected, a sudden wave of grief that cracks open the numb shell. Whatever it is for you, it marks the beginning of the end, because numbness protected you long enough for clarity to catch up. If you've been numb, if you've been walking around like a shell of yourself, if you've wondered why you can't feel joy or hope or even sadness the way that you used to, I'd like you to hear me. Nothing is wrong with you. Your brain was protecting you. You survived the way that you had to. And if you're starting to feel little sparks again, a moment of anger, a flicker of longing, suddenly realizing that you want something different, again, that's not weakness. That's awakening. That's your nervous system saying, I'm still here and I'm still me. And if you're not feeling anything yet, don't think that you're behind and don't think that you're broken. You're not. You're healing in real time, even if it's invisible. Your life isn't defined by the years you spent numb. It's defined by the moment you begin to come back to yourself. And that moment could be today. Every story Annie lived is a story someone out there right now is living. If this spoke to you, I hope you'll stay with me. Perhaps let me know in the comments whether you've ever experienced this kind of numbness. I'm Keil Hackley, attorney, author of the book Undercurrent, and your host here on the Are You Annie podcast. And as always, I want you to remember that you are stronger than you ever knew. You're a warrior against narcissistic abuse. You are tenacious, and you're never, ever going to give up on what's important to you. I honor your truth. And in this space, you are not alone. Please remember that. Thank you for being here and for always showing up. And until the next episode, please promise that you'll take good care of yourself. So bye for now, and I will see you very soon.